Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Willow Witch Tarot channel. So, we are going to dive right into what we've got going on for your reading today. And just for those of you who are frequent visitors to the channel, you'll notice a little bit of a different setup today. I am reading in a different location, so don't have some of my normal decorations, but kind of a nice, fresh, new look. So might be doing some more readings here, so feel free to give feedback on if you like this setup. So we'll be doing a reading with decks today. So it's a choose your deck reading. And we also have crystals to help draw you into one or more of the piles. And this will be a pretty quick reading today. We're just opening it up to whatever messages need to come into you from the universe, from your spirit guides, from your higher self, whoever kind of wants to chime in, and whoever you want to open up to, or whatever you want to open up to today to get a message. So you may be drawn to just one pile, you may be drawn to more than one, and all of that is perfectly okay. So pile number one is the Tarot Mucha deck, and we have a carnelian for your crystal, pile one. Pile two, you have the Ravyness Drakon Tarot, and this is a amethyst point. Some call it an amethyst quartz. Pile number three, you have the Spiritsong Tarot, and this is a tree agate. And then for pile number four, you have the Journey of the Sacred Bee and a chrysoprase or chrysophrase crystal, kind of depending on who you ask. I've heard different pronunciations. All right, so if you need some time to choose, go ahead and feel free to pause the video here and take a moment to touch into your intuition. And I will see you soon in your piles. We're just going to go ahead and transition right into pile number one now. And if you are new to these pick a card tarot readings, the pile selection with the times are listed down below. So you can click on that timestamp for whichever pile or piles you are drawn to today. They will also be listed in a pinned comment. Okay. So pile number one, we'll go ahead and get started with your reading. So we are asking for whatever messages, guidance, whatever information pile one needs to hear or know about today. I am being told that since you are drawn to that beautiful deep red carnelian crystal, there's something that you need to know with your courage. It's like your confidence and your feelings of almost like being, I'm getting a little bit of like fear of imposter syndrome and feeling like you belong in a certain space or even with a certain person, perhaps, whether that's a relationship in work or personal relationship or even like a familial relationship. Let's see what your cards hold. King of Cups. So we may be, if we're talking about a person here, it may be somebody who has a lot of water in their chart. Either that or it's someone who's really, it's like you kind of see how emotionally evolved they are, and you're really looking up to them, getting almost a sense of maybe putting them on a bit of a pedestal in a way. And here you are, kind of like nervous, I can see you have passion for this situation or this person, but you're not sure if you'll be accepted or, if you're worthy. Okay, and the Three of Wands. Let's get your rest of your cards here. The Moon, and the Hermit. Okay, so there's some guidance coming in here. This is kind of like your future outlook. And I will get some clarifier cards as usual as well. But with this Three of Wands here, I'm getting that actually the other people or person involved in this situation, they see you in a very beautiful light. They kind of they see you as a bit mysterious, and they actually see you as quite enlightened, but that you're hiding some of that light away. And I think some of the guidance coming through here is that you have a right to be here, and that, the way that you're seen. I apologize if you can hear my cat calling in the background. He's talking a bit. But the way that you're seen, this person really sees you as magical and mystical and full of this kind of like spiritual knowledge, and they feel like your essence is really pure. They want to get to know you better. And if this is a situation like maybe you've come into a new arena in life, like a new job, a new community group, maybe a new semester at school, something of that nature. It seems like the energies around you are really wanting you to bring forth more of what you've been actually holding back from the situation. So they, there's encouragement from kind of your spirit guides, and even just the energy present in this situation, to really step into your own, to not be timid, to show up in an authentic way, and to know that you have a right to be there. You got to that place for a reason. It wasn't just by accident or happenstance or some, goof up of the universe. It's like this was quite intended to be on your path. Is a very, very strong message coming through. Let's get a little bit of clarification here. Okay, got Nine of Wands, Two of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Four of Swords, and wow, the Queen of Wands. Okay, really interesting. And then our bottom of the deck energy, Six of Swords. So there is a message of you over the overall energy with that Six of Swords is transitioning out of kind of this mental struggle that you've been in, of feeling like you don't belong, feeling like you kind of have to hide or even protect your energy a bit, because I am getting a little bit of like a protecting yourself sort of energy, and not knowing which way to go, like if you should pursue this situation, or if maybe you've been having some fears of not being welcome or not deserving, or not being ready. I can see that you've been kind of struggling internally with staying or going, or how to proceed, how to be present. This is going to be changing. There's a really big turn for the positive coming up in the very near future. This Three of Wands, very quick moving energy, literally just standing, watching those ships coming in. Those ships will be here in like a matter of minutes, so that's figurative for you in this situation. Just take it how it resonates as far as the timing goes. But I do feel like it's a very quick moving energy coming in to shift this situation around and really put to rest some of those pretty deep unconscious or maybe subconscious fears that you've been having. And I do feel pretty soon you're going to be able to show up. You're evolving from this Page of Wands to this Queen of Wands. She is quite in possession of her self-confidence. She shows up authentically, creatively. She's not afraid to take risks and to go after her passions. And she's, she is a impressive character. She's really admired, revered. People notice her when she walks into a room. She glows from the inside with like this joy, this, like grabbing life with both hands and moving forward into the spaces she wants to be in, pursuing relationships with the people that she feels called to connect with without hesitation, without feeling that imposter syndrome. So I do feel like that is what you are moving into here very quickly. I just saw 11:11 on the time, so also a nod to those of you who perhaps this is part of a romantic partnership, feeling of it being a divinely orchestrated union type of thing as well. So, okay, pile one, I think that is the conclusion of your reading. So hopefully this brought you some mental and emotional comfort and confidence. I definitely see you moving into this much more confident phase in this situation. So that's really beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this reading today. I'm going to go ahead and take these cards away and get ready for pile two. So have a wonderful rest of your day or night wherever you are in the world. And I hope to see you back again for another reading. Definitely feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things do very much support the channel and help me to continue doing these readings as well. Okay, pile number two. So we have, well, welcome pile number two if you're just joining us. So we have your deck and your beautiful amethyst crystal here. Just love the design on this side. Felt very called to use that for your reading today. And the light has shifted a bit in here, so I'm actually going to put this over here so you can see it well. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started shuffling your tarot deck. These cards are a little bit big. I really, really like the illustrations and the feel of the cards, but sometimes they're like just a little big for shuffling nicely, so I apologize if they get a little messy. So what does pile number two need to hear today? What kind of messages are needing to come through? I'm getting an odd message about something growing. Like I'm seeing like a little plant seedling that's starting out as just like a tiny little thing with just a couple of leaves and growing quickly, but needing to be, mindfully cared for and watered and nurtured. Trying to decide where to put this so you can see it well. We'll put it there for now. So I don't know what that message is particularly, but definitely meant for someone. All right. We'll take a look at these and then we'll draw some clarifiers after that. Judgment. Temperance. I'm only taking uprights today. This deck, I do draw. Wow, you guys have a lot of major arcana already. Something really, oh my goodness, 10 of Cups. Okay, and the Fool. Wow, guys, what is going on here? Yeah, something is definitely in the beginning stages. I feel like this is giving you a heads up that I'm actually getting the message that you may have crossed paths recently, either with somebody completely new or somebody that you have known before, whether that is somebody from a past life or somebody from this life that you lost touch with or like knew as a child, for some of you. Yeah, it feels like this is coming in for you because you've been essentially judged ready. Not like judged in a bad way, but it's like you've been through lessons and you have really learned to temper some of your, we all start out in kind of the world of love and relationships and friendships and just, interpersonal stuff with other people, starting with our family and going from there. We all start out with, rough edges, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes, in order to have a long lasting, happy, healthy love relationship, or even a long term, really good friendship, some of those rough edges, kind of need to get tumbled out and smoothed out a bit so that, yeah, it just works a little bit smoother and we aren't as I don't know, I'm like having a little trouble explaining it, but I think you know what I'm saying. So we'll move on. But the Chariot here shows me that this, whatever this is, that's like a little seedling now, you may or may not even know who this reading is pertaining to in your life. You may have not even realized that you've already crossed paths with this person, or this, could be just about to happen as well. But it feels very present in the energy around you. So it's like either you've just met or it's hovering on the edge of happening. But with the Chariot, this is going to lead to victory. I mean, look at these two dragons, like their tails twined together, their bodies twined together, looking up at this, moon. Yeah, very much gives a sense of like finding somebody that you can fly through life together, that you can accomplish things. And I'm being drawn again to this sense of timing with this watch, this pocket watch here in the Temperance card. And, it's interesting too, because this reminds me of like the Two of Cups with this cup pouring into this other cup and this little heart locket or charm here. And I've actually never thought of that association with this card before. So definitely, yeah, if you're not coming to this reading wanting to hear about a relationship, this may not be your reading today. If you are already in a very happy, healthy, long-term partnership, I would take this as kind of a nod. I wonder if maybe you've been wondering if this is going to continue on, or if it's going to, if you've been struggling through something challenging, the Judgment card can sometimes talk about something pretty challenging. I do see this smoothing out and being successful and getting back to that Ten of Cups feeling, and maybe even starting a new adventure together, starting on, a new phase of your relationship that's really happy and successful and exciting. But for those of you who aren't currently in a long-term relationship, this of course can also relate to a friendship too. So for those of you in a relationship, this may relate to meeting a friend, somebody who's going to be a soulmate in a friend type of way. And perhaps that's been something that you've been wanting. So all right, let's just go ahead and get some clarifier cards. I feel like your message is pretty clear, but Oh yeah, Page of Cups. Cute. Oh my goodness. I've rarely gotten this card in this deck, and it's really cute. It's like so sweet and innocent. Definitely nods to something new coming in that's going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of emotional fulfillment and satisfaction. Seven of Pentacles. This will definitely grow over time, but it also feels like it's something that you're essentially like harvesting. You've definitely, yeah, it's that sense of like deserving this, of having put in the hard work to be able to have a long-term healthy type of relationship. Interesting. The Two of Swords coming out here. This gives me a little bit of a feeling of you may encounter, this is kind of like the middle of this, right? So it's started, perhaps you get to a point where it's going like really, really well, better than anything you've been in before, and you're just like, is this it's almost like that too good to be true feeling. So it's kind of a nod to like you may go through a little bump of like one or the both of you, or maybe even just the other person is like, is this too good to be true? Like when's the other shoe going to drop, sort of thing. And I think this is just spirit coming in to comfort you that like, nope, this is good. It's all good. Like it's meant to be good. It will be good. Don't worry about it. And if you do encounter any sort of like kind of that like power struggle, you'll get through and get to the 10 of Cups. Like it feels like maybe in previous relationships, this is where it's ended for you and you have a fear of that. But with this relationship, you're being given that kind of extra comforting message of just hang on, just get through this, maybe sit quietly and meditate and comfort that, calm that anxiety when you get to this point, and just focus on getting to that 10 of Cups. And, I think that inspiration will come to you if you feel stuck at any point about how to move forward. King of Wands, yeah, very much a promise of that passion as well, that emotional fulfillment, but also that passionate, fiery, very mature, but very something that will really light you up. Yeah, I think that kind of talks for itself. I am getting this one. Six of Swords. Interesting. Pile two also got, or pile one also got Six of Swords. So yeah, the Fool card, it feels like you're going to be, after you kind of go through this initial part of this relationship, starting, getting through maybe a little rough spots, going really well, and then getting to this really emotionally and like passionately balanced and really exciting, fulfilling place. Maybe you guys will then kind of take that next step, right? Move into the next level of commitment. Decide that this is worth really taking the plunge and moving from, maybe some unsure, choppy waters into those smooth sailing ahead. That level of knowing, of feeling secure and safe with each other, that you're both in it, both really committed, um, both ready to move this to another level. And then let's just see your bottom of the deck, Tower. So don't be afraid of this card. It very much, the message coming through from this is that it's going to take you by surprise meeting this person, or this person coming back into your life, and it being so good. And also, this is a nod to those of you who if this is a return person, or if this is a current relationship and it went wrong, that it was for a reason. It needed to crumble in order to be rebuilt in a really solid, happy, healthy way, but that it will be rebuilt, and that it was all in the long term for the overall good of your relationship with this person. Okay. Really beautiful message, pile two. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. Definitely like, share, subscribe if you feel so moved to do so. All of those really help me to keep doing these readings and keep this channel going. So really appreciate those of you who do give back in those ways. And we're going to go ahead and just get set up for pile number 3. So you're welcome to hang out if you're watching that pile 2. Otherwise, have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world, and can't wait to see you again for another reading in the future. All right, take care, pile 2. All right, pile number 3, welcome to your reading today. I'm so excited to have you here and to get to read for you. I'll place your tree agate up in the corner there. So you guys chose this beautiful Spiritsong Tarot deck, and this is the only tarot deck I'm using today that actually has some words to help explain the cards. It kind of has a couple of like keywords on each card, and yeah, I'm kind of getting the information that you guys might be a pretty like wordy lot, like you like literature. You might really like to read, or even to like write poetry, some of you, or it might just be kind of those, you really like words. And there's an additional message coming too about this message might be a lot about like communication, maybe even communication via like the written word. So getting like a letter or a note or a text that maybe you've been waiting for, or you were hoping for but didn't think you were going to get. Yeah, so we'll see what this is all about. So we're going to start with just this top row, and then we will get some clarifier cards here afterwards. All right, so we've got the Ace of Acorns, creative force and confidence. So there's that word creative. This is the Ace of Pentacles, or no, sorry, this is the Ace of Wands. Three of Feathers, release and recovery. So this is the Three of Swords, that beautiful moth. Wow, the Magician, willpower and creation. Again, you guys are definitely like the creative type, or some sort of creative energy, creative force is moving into your life to help with this transformation that you're going through. Seven of Shells, choice and ambition. This is the Seven of Cups. And Temperance, balance and harmony. Beautiful. So with you guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and get your clarifier cards. So I feel like it's important. I feel like there's some additional messages here. So we've got the Knight of Feathers, action and focus. The Four of Crystals, control and security. The Queen of Shells, peace and compassion. Five of Acorns, challenge and growth. Yeah, okay. And Seven of Acorns, determination and stamina. Your bottom of deck is Three of Crystals, collaboration and productivity. Yeah. So this message definitely feels to me that it's about something in your work life, or like a passion project, something maybe like a side hustle, or could be relating to education for some of you, something in that kind of realm, especially with this Three of Crystals here, which I'm going to see if I can get all of these cards on for you to see. But that Three of Crystals, some sort of creative collaboration coming into your life, and it may not be, it definitely could be with another person, but it also could be with like a company or organization, maybe a higher education institution, maybe even like a group of people that you've been hoping to work closely with, but you've been encountering some barriers before, and that's going to be transformed into a healthy, collaborative, reciprocal working relationship here soon. Yeah, it's something to do with like producing something to do with your productivity, creating something that's really going to benefit others. Yeah, bring like something that you're creating will bring a lot of peace into the world. It's going to bring like security and growth to others, maybe open up some more choices to others as well. And I think choices to you too. And you may have been struggling with like financing this, or even just finances in general, with being able to have the resources available to pursue this, or perhaps this new offer, if this is like a job offer or a collaboration offer, is going to also bring very quickly, because we have the Knight of Swords here, very quickly it will bring new financial growth and opportunities into your life. And it's going to help you feel like you have a lot more control over your own ability to create and produce what you truly feel inspired and feel like you are meant to bring into being. Yeah, you may be somebody who really has a way of existing in the world that's a bit non-traditional. You may be someone who kind of is more comfortable working a bit behind the scenes, and maybe it's been hard for you to really get out there and take the type of action that you needed in order to make this happen. And it does feel like somebody's going to come to you, and somebody that's really noticed your presence, your work, seen the potential in your really beautiful way of showing up in the things that you have helped in the past to put out into the world. And maybe they've even seen just the way you form relationships with other people, or the way you diligently stick with something, follow through on your promises, really deliver in a way that kind of goes above and beyond, but in a quiet, kind of under the radar sort of way. But there's someone who, notices this, whoever's maybe extending this offer to you. Yeah, and it's interesting with ending with this Temperance and this Seven of Acorns, because it does feel like this is something that will be long lasting. Not just kind of a flash in the pan opportunity, or an offer that kind of comes and goes. So, kind of getting that this may not be like freelance work or something like that. It feels like something that's really solid, really stable, that you can really depend on and invest in, and rely on being there for you in the future in a very solid, steady, fruitful way. Yeah, it feels like it's something that will give you many, many harvests to come. Yeah, and I think that that's all that I'm getting for you, pile number 3. So, really interesting message, very clear cut here. Really a nod to the beautiful way you've shown up in the world, and the way that your energy has kind of preceded you, because of your diligence and your willingness to kind of stick it out, stay with something, even as it's been perhaps a bit challenging at times, to hope and believe that this will pay off. But it's going to pay off. And I feel like this is coming in quickly for you, this offer here. So beautiful. Well, I definitely would love to hear about what's going on in your life. If you're willing to place a comment in the comment box down below. If you enjoyed this reading, please please subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to get notified of future readings that I do. All of those things really help me to grow the channel and keep doing these readings for all of you. So I'm going to just clean up your cards here and we'll transition to pile number 4. You're welcome to hang out if you were also drawn to pile number 4 or just are curious about the messages. Always welcome to watch more than one pile if you would like to. And if you are leaving us here, then I hope you have a wonderful day or night, pile number 3, and hope to see you again in a future reading. All right, take care. All right, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. I'm really excited to get into your reading today because I really love this deck and this crystal. They both really speak to me and I just love the colors. And yeah, there we go. So you can kind of see those beautiful iridescent shiny bees there. It's a little hard to see in this natural light that I'm using. I always try to read in natural light if I can, but it's a bit of a dreary day today, so the natural light's not very strong, but that's okay. A nice rainy fall day here. We can definitely use the rain. All right, so pile number 4. Let's get into your reading. We're going to draw some cards, initial cards here for your top row, and then we'll draw some clarifier cards after we look at those. Oh, didn't even mean to flip that over, but I guess you wanted to see that. I can see why. Seduction, 7 of Cups, a very beautiful card. All right, so starting your reading with a bit of a juicy intrigue there. So let's see what else we've got going on. Wow, 10 of Discs, wealth. Wow, 2 of Swords, peace, beautiful. Something that's been really worrying you come to rest. Yeah, 2 of Discs, change, moving forward in a really positive direction. Wow, the World. Wow. Okay, I mean, dang, pile number 4. I hope this is my reading. So the messages coming in here are in a couple different arenas of your life. I'm definitely getting your abundance. This could definitely pertain to your financial abundance. I'm also getting that it may be pertaining to even your feeling of being desirable, of being desired. So in some way that may have been blocked, or you may have been just going through a time where you felt very stressed about different things. Yeah, it's going to be different for all of you coming here because this is a general reading, but this is transforming. These concerns are being led to rest, and there's a big, big change coming in. I mean, the World, this shows the completion of a really big lesson. It's like a time of a certain lesson that you were going through, and it feels like a successful, happy completion. Like you're being given almost this like gold medal of achievement is coming through here, almost like a double gold medal. For some reason, it's like you did an extra good job getting through this time. You're ready to transition. You're ready to step into this like field of sunflowers, and something new is going to be coming in. With this World, the next card after that, it goes back to the beginning and it's the Fool card, right? So something brand new. It's like a new breath of life, fresh air, letting all of kind of that worry and a stressful time transitioning out of your life. And, starting out with this Wealth card, it's interesting because I feel like for some of you, this is kind of a side message. So this isn't going to pertain to everybody watching this reading here, but for a handful of you guys, there may have been almost like a seduction of wealth. Like maybe you pursued a certain career path or something like that, thinking that you had to prioritize becoming wealthy, or you had to kind of follow the money over maybe what your heart was telling you to do. I do feel like you're going to be changing your approach, whether that is finding another job or transitioning your job duties, or maybe like moving within the same company, or going back to school, whatever it might be, finding another opportunity coming in that is going to bring a lot of peace. It's going to get you out of this phase and bring you into a really, it feels like a door opens and you see this whole new world available in front of you, and you decide to step through it. And it's huge. It's a big change, and yet it feels right. It resonates, it brings you peace, right? Always pursue those things that bring you a sense of peace. Yeah, so that was a message that somebody needed to hear there. Maybe not all of you. I'm getting a sense to reshuffle, which normally I would just keep pulling, but we're going to reshuffle. It feels like, yeah, we want to almost like shake off this energy. We want to draw completely new cards for you to see what is this phase that you are stepping into next. So let's move these cards up just a little bit, and we're going to do your next phase reading. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, altruism, 6 of discs. This is something coming into your life that's going to feel, you're going to feel like you're doing good in the world, like you're being altruistic. You're giving in a very loving, open, it's like you're able to bring to the table what you were meant to do in this world. 7 of Swords, futility. Strength. Wow, the Empress. Princess of Wands, and Valor is on the back of the deck for you. So, my beautiful, beautiful pile 4. Yeah, you're moving into, you're like, okay, so it's really interesting with the 7 of Swords futility coming out, because the 7 of Swords card gets a really bad rap, especially in the traditional tarot deck. There's usually that image of a person like stealing away from a war camp holding a bunch of swords, and it looks very sneaky and very like behind the back. And I really appreciate the interpretation I've heard from a few other tarot readings of that card as its original intention, and it's kind of gotten a bit thwarted over the years, but its original intention was actually to achieve peace. The person was trying to thwart the war from continuing to go on, and was taking away the weapons from both sides, not just one, not just sneakily, underhandedly, undermining one side, but was actually taking away the weapons from both sides, so that the only choice left was to talk it out and reach some sort of agreement, because they didn't have any avenue left to fight. And so I feel like there's a sense here for you guys that you, for a while, really felt like you didn't have any choice but to kind of take this hard and difficult path. And you're going to be understanding during this new phase of your life that, in fact, when you face a decision and one way feels like you have to go that way, but it almost leaves you with a sense of like apathy and like you don't have any choice and you just have to do that, but gosh, you really don't want to. Like it makes you feel like depleted and sad, and like you're just wasting your life. Wow, that's like, a really strong, really difficult feeling. You don't have to go that way, okay? Like the message coming through so strongly here is that there's always a different choice. Sometimes it requires a lot of strength. Sometimes it's going to be um, something that other people may not understand, but it's what's true to you. And it the message coming through here is that it will bring in the honey. Like it will bring in this feeling of sweetness, fulfillment, abundance, this like glowing energy into you and into your life. And so, yeah, it may be something with this Princess of Wands energy, kind of ending your spread here. This is somebody who's just starting out, but it's on a passion project. It's something that you see with not only your eyes, but in fact with your spirit, your whole integrated self. It's going to bring fulfillment to you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even physically. I'm getting the sense that, if some of you were kind of like dreading a job where you were trapped behind a desk all the time and you prefer to be out like working with your hands or working with people, that, honor that. Like go with the job choice, even if it's maybe a little less pay or you have to start lower on the ladder or something like that. Go with the job choice that brings happiness to you, body, mind, and soul. Okay, and heart. Yeah. So, with your last card here, your kind of overall sense here of valor, I just want to kind of reiterate that message to you guys because it's kind of a double message coming through with the strength card and the valor card. This transition will be something that you are going to have to be really brave about doing. Um, Walking across these like sword tips to get from, one side of this like divide to another isn't exactly like the easy road to take, right? Like it may even look like it's not a road at all when you first look at it. And yet you're being led, this like little spirit bee is like zipping over your head, like doing little little like, oh my goodness, like I can't even think of the word. Yeah, it's like tumbling around over your head, right? Like joyfully. But the sense coming through there is that taking this path, you'll understand as soon as you essentially take that first step, because it's going to bring you this feeling of like joy and liberation and just like universal love like pouring into you, just knowing that this is the right way to go. So follow that, be brave, take that first step, even if it's like terrifying and like one of the hardest things to do that you could imagine. It may be, but it's going to be worth it, and it will bring a lot of sweetness into your life and a lot of fulfillment and abundance into your life. So it's very, very worth it. Okay, pile number 4. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I really enjoyed doing your reading. I am getting the message that some chrysoprase, however you say it, might be a good crystal to hang on to during this time to kind of give you that peace and courage. And this is very much a loving vibration, healing vibration crystal too. So it'll help you retain that self-love and go towards that. Follow the love is the message coming in. So like follow what you love, right? Do what brings you that sense of like universal love. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this reading today. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely feel free to like, subscribe, comment if you feel so inspired. All of those things help to grow the channel and help me to keep doing these readings, which I very much enjoy. And I hope to see you again, Pile 4. Take care.